In this video, I'll majorly focuses on Persons with Disabilities Act 1995. That is also called as PWD Act 1995. In this video, let us discuss various provisions is been guaranteed to the persons with disabilities across the country, and will also look into the issues regarding to the various mechanisms that government is followed to implement this act effectively. Before understanding or before getting into the act, let us understand what is disabilities and what is the various categories of disabilities, and also will focus on the situation or status of disabilities in India. Initially, let's understand the disability. So any person who is having more than 40% of the disability, which is certified by the medical authorities. So the one who is having such percentage of disability is considered as a disabled person. It may be various category. It may be vision or hear, speech, locomotor, mental retardedness, or whatever it may be. Whichever disability is certified, that is more than 40% is there, that person is considered as a person with disabilities. Let us discuss or what is the categories of the various disabilities. Especially, there are two major categories. The one is mental disability and another one is physical disability. Under mental disability, there are two different kinds. Number one is mental retardation. Another one is mental illness. People who are suffering from various kind of mental illnesses is also considered as a mental disability. And person who doesn't respond for anything and completely retardation is also comes under this mental disability category. And the next and important one is that is physical disability. Under physical disability, there are more than 6 or 5 major categories. First one is blindness, and the next one is low vision. Due to the various illnesses, if any person lost his vision or is also considered as a low vision disability. And the next one is hearing disability, who cannot hear any sound or any speech or any word, that's considered as a hearing disability. And next category is that is speech disability. And the next one is locomotor disabilities. It's any hand or finger or leg or whichever part of the body other than ear, eyes and tongue. This is considered as a locomotor disabilities. According to 2001 census, there are more than 2.19 crore people with disabilities are living in India, which is approximately 2.13% of the people are disabled in India, which means there are 2 crore 19 lakh people are still suffering from the various categories of disabilities. So it says more than 2.13% of the people that is there. It is combination of all categories of disabilities. It may be vision, hearing, speech, locomotor and all categories of mental retardation or mental disabilities is calculated here. That is 2.19 crore, which means 2 crore 19 lakh people are still suffering from the various categories of disabilities in India. 75% of persons with disabilities are still living in rural India. There are only 25% are living in urban areas, whereas 75% of the people with disabilities are living in rural India, where they should or where they are unable to get proper medical aid or medical services, and they are not accessible to the medical services also. That is one of the most important thing we should keep in our mind. And the next important thing, that is 49% of the people with disabilities are literates, where there are only 34% of them are able to get employment in the country. So where there are 49% of the people with disabilities are literates and only 39% of them are able to get employment, that is, we need to think very clearly and we should respond to it. Then later, when we categorize, when we differentiate or when we distinguish the various categories of disabilities and their percentage, according to the 2001 census of India, it says there are 28% of the people are having movement disabilities, which means their leg or hand is disabled. That is 28% of the people having the movement disabilities, where there are 49% of the people having seeing disabilities, 6% of them are having hearing, 7% of them are having speech, and only 10% of them are having mental retardation. It is the government statistics according to 2001 census. Whereas there is another organization called NSSO, which is National Sample Survey Organization, has also given its statistics in the year of 2002, which which talks about, majorly, it says there are 51% of the people, those who are disabled, are suffering from movement disorders. So whereas government census says only 28% of the people having the movement disorders, in NSSO survey, it says that is 51% of them are having the movement disorders. Another thing, there are 49% of the disabled are having seeing disorders or seeing disabilities in 2001 census. The NSSO survey says there are only 14% of the Indian population, or the 14% of the people with disabilities living in India are having seeing disorders. And there are 15% of them are having hearing, and 10% of speech disorders, and 10% of them are having mental disorders. This is the difference between NSSO survey in 2002 and according to the 2001 census of India. Let's discuss the various provisions of this Persons with Disabilities Act. Let's go directly to that. Persons with Disabilities Act 1995 was passed by Lok Sabha in 12th December 1995 and came into enforcement on February 7, 1996. Hence, this act is called as PWD Act 1995, which came into existence in 1995 and came into force in the year of 1996. As usual, this act extends across the country except the state called Jammu and Kashmir. This act explains the equal opportunities, protection of rights, and complete involvement of the disabled person. In this act, responsibilities are assigned to central and state governments, local corporations and municipalities to provide the services and facilities and equal opportunities to disabled persons so that he or she who is disabled may also prove himself as a productive citizen of their society. It is one of the most important things. Here, responsibility is shared as state, central, and corporations as local authorities. It is a responsibility of each and every corporation and local self-governments and Panchayat Raj institutions as well as the state and central government. It is not only the responsibility of either central or state government, it's also the responsibilities of the whole society. That is one of the most important noted point. Here they are not only protecting the rights of disabled persons, but also providing them equal opportunity to prove themselves in the society. That is the important thing. There is not only giving only provisions to the education or employment or something else. They want to prove themselves in the society, they are productive to the society. That is the major issue, the major aim of this particular act. The major aims and objectives of this act are delineated as follows. Number one, to spell out the responsibility of the state towards the prevention of disabilities, protection of their rights, provisions of medical care, education, training, employment, and rehabilitation of the persons with disability is one of the most important aim of this act. And the second objective of this act is to create barrier-free environment. So it is important because people are facing the various kind of discrimination in the society. So that government also makes sure that there should be a society which is barriers free. They are living in the just society. That's what it is the most significant aim of this act is, that is create barrier free environment for the disabled persons. And the third one is to counteract any situation of abuse and exploitation of a person with disabilities. It's the important thing. We are the normal people must have responsibility to respect their personalities and persons in the equal manner. That is the important thing that we should learn. The normal person should be learned. And the next one is to make special provisions of the integration of persons with disabilities into the social mainstream. So as we understood that they are neglected completely, so that it's very necessary to bring them to the mainstream is one of the most important tasks. Let us discuss the main provisions of this act. It provides various provisions to the people with disabilities. Number one, prevention and early detection of disabilities. This is the most important thing. In order to complete eradication of the disabilities in the society, we should detect the disabilities at the early stages and provide them proper medical care and assistance to counter the disabilities. And the next one is provide them a proper education and employment, non-discrimination, research and manpower development, affirmative action, as well as the social security. All these major 7 various provisions is being guaranteed under this PWD Act. Let's discuss what are all the various rights have been guaranteed or various issues were discussed in the Act. Under this prevention and early detection of disabilities, there are nearly 6 major issues they have discussed. Number one, that is the undertake surveys, investigations and research concerning the cause and occurrence of disabilities. Number 2, promote various methods of preventing disabilities. Number 3, provide facilities for training to the staff in the primary health workers or primary health centers. Number 4, take measures for prenatal and postnatal care of mothers and child. Number 5, educate the public through the preschools, schools, primary health centers, village level workers, as well as the Anganwadi workers. It is most important thing. And the next one is create awareness among the masses through television, radio, and other mass media on the cause. So the first step of detecting and prevention of disability is provide the rest of the society with proper knowledge as well as educate them in order to prevent various kinds of disabilities. That is only left way. Government may make lot of actions or lot of programs, and government may implement various various kind of acts and legislations. But still, it is the common public to act with this regard. Then the next important thing, what is the educational provisions it is being guaranteed under this act? That is, number 1, promoting the integration of students with disabilities in normal schools. That is the first step in order to change the mindsets of common public towards disabled people. That is integrating the students with disabilities to the normal students. The second one is promoting setting up of the special schools in government and private sector. And the next one is conducting part-time classes in respect of children with disabilities who having completed education up to class 5th and could not continue their studies on the whole-time basis. And the next one is conducting special part-time classes for providing functional literacy for children in the age group of 16 and above. Conducting classes and discussions through interactive, electronic and other media, imparting education through open schools or open universities, and last one is providing every child with disabilities free of cost special books and equipments needed for this education. That is very much important in the government sector as well as the private sector too. Let's also look into the another provision, that is employment. The appropriate governments to identify posts in government establishments which can be reserved for disabled persons and review the list of posts at periodic intervals. At least 3% of vacancies in every government establishment are to be reserved for persons with disabilities, out of which 1% each shall be reserved for persons suffering from the blindness or low vision, and other 2% of the persons with hearing impairment. But the central government may exempt any establishment from the above recruitments if the nature of work in such establishments is such the disabled persons are unable to work in such establishments. The central government can make changes according to it. Then, in order to create non-discrimination society, there are more than 7 points has been discussed in this provision. First one is adopt rail compartments, buses, vessels and aircrafts in such a way as to permit easy access to the persons with disabilities. Engrave the surface of the zebra crossing for the blind or the persons with low vision. Devise appropriate symbols of disabilities. Provide warning signals and appropriate places. Provide ramps in public buildings. Provide braille symbols and auditory signals in elevators and lifts. Provide ramps in hospitals, primary health centers and other medical care and rehabilitation institutions too. That is in order to free from the non-discrimination of persons with disabilities. Then the next important provision is that research and manpower development. Under this provision, there are two major issues were discussed. Number one is research in the following areas shall be sponsored and promoted. Prevention of disabilities, development of assistive devices, job identification is another important thing. On-site modification of officers and factories. Number two, financial assistance shall be made available to the universities, other institutions of higher learning, professional bodies and non-government research units to be set up. And the next one is affirmative actions. Under these affirmative actions, there are plenty of provisions is being given to the persons with disabilities. That is, special schemes are to be notified for the preferential allotment of land and concessional rates for number one, housing, setting up business, setting up special recreational centers, establishment of special schools, establishment of research centers, establishment of factories by the entrepreneurship with disabilities. And the last one is what are the social security schemes which is being given to the people or persons with disabilities. There are plenty of programs has been implemented through across country as well as in Karnataka too. Under the social security schemes, there are more than 3 major issues were discussed. That is financial assistance for non-government, for rehabilitation of persons with disabilities. Any government, any non-government organization is working for the upliftment of persons with disabilities. Organizations are guaranteed with the financial assistance. And next one is insurance coverage for the benefit of the government employees with disabilities, and unemployment allowances to people with disabilities registered with the special employment exchange for more than a year and who could not be able to placed in any gainful occupations. And the next one is comprehensive schemes are to be prepared by the government for number one, transport facilities. Number two, the supply of books, uniform and other materials to children with disabilities attending schools. Number three, the grant of scholarship to students with disabilities. Number four, suitable modifications in the examination system to eliminate purely mathematical questions for the benefit of blind students and students with low vision. Number five, restructuring of curriculum for the benefit of children with disabilities. Number six, the removal of architectural barriers for schools, colleges, or other institutions imparting vocational and professional training for the people with disabilities. These are all the major provisions are being provided to the people with disabilities under PWD Act 1995. Thank you for listening to me.